Tips for upcoming 7th graders. Pay attention in class and take notes, because a lot of the stuff that you're going to learn in 8th grade is simpler versions of what you learn in 7th grade. For the girls, start looking into better feminine hygiene, because a lot of people I know started their in 7th grade. So start educating yourself on that. Do assignments the day you get it, because when I say they try to move fast in 7th grade, like they try to go from one assignment to the next very quickly. Learn how to write a good teacher email, because trust me, that's going to help you so much, because emailing a teacher, hey, can you help me with my work tomorrow? Instead of being like, hey, Mrs. whatever, Mr. whatever, can you please help me with my work sometime tomorrow in class or before class? It sounds so much different. Don't talk about people. That's not cute. And then 9 times out of 10, you're going to be talked about too. Keep your hair looking nice. And if you don't have a way to keep your hair looking nice, you better go look up a YouTube video and learn how to braid. That's what I did. I learned how to do knotless braids and everything on my own head. For my girls, keep an emergency kit in your bag. If you haven't started yet, you can start at any time. It's no specific time that you can start. So please, if you're on it or not, keep some in your bag. You do not want to be the girl walk around with a red spot on her pants. Well, that's all I have for you today, and I really hope y'all enjoyed my video. Bye. Mwah.
Here's how to stay out of drama during school. Don't say anything about someone if you wouldn't be comfortable saying that same thing to that person's face. Try and steer clear of talking to anyone's boyfriends. That always starts a bit of problem. If your teacher forgets to check the homework, don't be the person that reminds her, because then you're gonna have a class full of ops. Nobody's gonna like you. If you bump into someone or step on somebody's shoe, make sure you apologize before they have the chance to react. Try and keep a pleasant look on your face, because people will always find a way to say, oh, this person was giving me a dirty look. Stay out of drama, guys.
Okay, with me while I talk about tips for middle schoolers. Try to talk and make as many friends as possible, because sitting alone is not for the weak. This will only help you, but the people around you also. If you're a makeup girly, keep a few extra makeup products in your bag. Also, girlies, keep extra if you know kit in your bag. And also, if you want your makeup to stay through school air, use primer and setting spray. But anyways, that's it. Bye, guys.
These are tips for middle school. Going from elementary to middle school is actually kind of a huge transition, so hopefully this helps. If you went to an elementary school that required a uniform, get excited, because most middle schools don't. Don't get too caught up on what you're gonna wear. No one's gonna remember by the time you get to high school anyway. Just be comfortable. And if you do have uniforms, try to individualize it somehow. When I wore a uniform, I would wear bracelets, necklaces, and shoes that showed my personality. Learn to walk fast. The days of follow the leader and caboose are gone. You are going to have to find your own classes, and you're going to have to be speedy about it. This obviously depends on the size of your school, but try to be fast when you're trying to go from one class to another. Pay attention to the things that you like, because in high school, when you're able to choose your classes, you're already going to know what things you're more drawn to, what things you don't like. Treat everyone with kindness and respect. I knew kids who were going from 8th grade to 9th grade ready to fight from some issue that was happening in 8th grade. Just do not stress. Yes, grades are important, but if you're trying to go to college, it's not that important. My recommendation to you is to enjoy your middle school years and to just focus on that. If you can, try to take some advanced classes. So that means try to take a class that you'd have to take in high school, so that when you get to high school, you don't have to take it anymore. By the time you hit your senior year in high school, and this is really thinking ahead, you're gonna have a completely free year. And yes, I've seen people do this. Realize that most people don't like middle school. I loved it, but it's only 3 years and you're gonna get through it. Good luck and follow for more.
Everybody is talking about back to school tips, and I feel like I should just give and spit all of my fucking opinions right now. Don't fucking walk slow. If you walk slow, everyone will fucking hate you. Don't act like you're the smartest person ever and you know all the answers, because everyone will fucking hate you and everyone will tell you to shut the fuck up. Don't be like, oh my god, I got a B, that's so bad, when someone else got a C and they tried really hard, because you're fucking annoying for that. A B is not that bad. It's like literally not that bad. Ever ask a teacher if there's homework? Like, pretty simple. Just don't even think about it. Don't smell bad. Literally, deodorant from Dollar Tree costs $1.25. And if you smell bad, people won't want to talk to you at all, actually. Like, brush your teeth. Put deodorant on. Put some perfume on, cologne, doesn't matter. You'll be good. Don't throw a fit if you bring snacks to school and people ask you for that, because obviously, like, they're gonna ask you. So, if you have a hard time saying no, maybe don't bring your fucking snacks. You do not need 6 binders, 6 different notebooks, 100 different colored pens, 500 different highlighters. I literally just brought 1 notebook, gum, my laptop. That's really all I needed, to be honest. People be doing so much for school, and like literally you just go to school, you go back home. Like, you go to school, take notes. You don't need like a bunch of shit for school. Do not give out your study guides for free. You gotta profit on that, okay? If you made a fucking bomb-ass study guide, $5 for my study guide. Because then everyone will want your study guide. And you'll have like $50 for giving out study guides. That's a great idea. Don't shame other people because they put on makeup and go to school. Just because you walk out of your house with PJs and go to school doesn't mean you're fucking above anyone else. When you walk into school, have the mindset that everyone around you is an op. Do not be oversharing to everybody. They're gonna just tell everyone. So if you got like crazy business, don't be sharing that with everyone. Keep it to yourself. Maintain good relationships with your teachers because they will help you so much. Don't be a bitch to them unless they're a bitch to you first, okay? Last but not least is do not let your grades, your GPA, other people's GPAs or grades to make you feel like you're not a smart person. Grades and all that shit does not determine how intelligent a person is. It determines how much effort are you willing to put in. Me personally, I'm not willing to put in that much effort. I took all IB classes and I ended up getting like a 3.5, 3.6 GPA. Literally, it's not the best, it's not the worst. I'm chilling. But I know school isn't for everyone. And a lot of jobs don't even require you to like know what happened between South Korea and North Korea. You know what I'm saying? Like, just do what you want to do, okay? All are smart and beautiful and amazing. Don't let these stupid grades and teachers and students, peers tell you that just because you got a C means you're gonna get nowhere in life. You will be fine. Bye.
Advice for upcoming 8th graders. Don't stress about the upcoming year, because when I was still in the summer of becoming an 8th grader, I was so stressed out about 8th grade and middle school. But honestly, it was really the easiest year. Like, my hardest year was being a 6th grader. Mentally prepare yourself for the fact that if you have a lot of friends at the start of the year, you're going to end the year with maybe 2 or 3 of your same friends, and also you're going to make new friends this year. Because I had so many people I talked to and stuff that at the start of the year that I didn't even remember their name at the end of the year. Don't really get in trouble, because it's okay. Like, it's not even okay if it's some little girl drama, but do not get in serious trouble, because the punishment is going to be way worse. Because like, you're in the 8th grade now, like, you are expected to know better. Have fun. I'm not saying it's like don't focus on your academics. All I'm saying is have fun, because it's your last year before everything actually counts. Because I can guarantee you, ain't nobody college finna be looking at what you did in middle school, except unless you're trying to go to like a real good one. Join a sport or something, because you're not gonna need friends going into high school, but it's like you don't want to be that one kid that's been lonely their whole freaking life. Like, no, that's seriously not cute. Experiment with your clothing style, especially if you were one of those kids who didn't dress well in the 7th grade. Like, I was one of those kids. Like, I went through my complete awkward stage in 7th grade, and it was not it. Like, I tell you, on personal experience, I looked a fool. Do not be trying to be backed up behind somebody just because y'all been friends for so long. Like, I wasn't like that, but I knew some people that was like that. Like, just because we've been friends for a long time means that I gotta be disloyal. I'm like, I'm not saying be disloyal to your friends, but if they're doing something which you know is not right or wrong, like, then exit yourself from the situation. It's not being disloyal to your friend. It's about knowing what's good for you. Because I had to do that a couple times. Like, just because you were in something and I didn't want to be in it, because I knew in my mind, I knew that both of y'all was going to get in trouble. Why would I purposely put myself in that? Like, you crazy. Do not talk to no high school boys higher than a sophomore. Because at that point, they're predarizing you, and because of the maturity difference. Because most people that are in their junior year and senior year, some people 19 and seniors, you know what I'm saying, and some juniors and stuff are 16, 17. The maturity difference is still there, because you also got to realize they are most likely probably sexually active. Because you don't know. I'm not saying that you can't like who you like. All I'm saying is it does not look right to be a sexually active 8th grader. That's all I'm saying. I really hope y'all enjoyed my advice video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Mwah. You're looking real pretty, mama. Mwah.
Here's what to do if you're in middle school or high school and you have nowhere to sit at lunch. I am your big sister. I will tell it to you exactly how it is, and I will toughen your head up because we're only confident around here. Number 1, sit alone. I literally went to lunch alone today and had the best time. It's not weird to sit alone. There's a lot of times I'd rather be alone than with most people. If you do not feel safe and empowered and welcomed at your lunch table, I promise you will be happier sitting alone. Trust me. Let's normalize being alone over being with people who make you feel like crap about yourself. Number 2, find new friends. Approach people, compliment people. Put yourself out there to create new friendships where you're welcomed and included and empowered in those friendships. Number 3, if you can go to the library or the teacher's room or anywhere to get out of the lunch space, that's where you want to go. I sat alone in the library several times in middle school and high school. Never settle for people who don't respect. Do not sit with people who make you feel bad about yourself. I love you so much, sister. What?
Alright, here are some tips for middle school. Number 1, do not run in the hallway. It can be so tempting to run to your classes because you're like scared of being late. Don't do that. It's actually so cringe and really embarrassing, and I used to do it, and I really regret it looking back. Number 2, color coordinate your subjects. If you haven't done this already, this is the time. Keep this color coordination up until high school. That way you never mess up. Math is red, science is green, social studies is blue. Also, sometimes I did pink for math. Be careful who you talk to. I'm telling you, in middle school, people like to gossip. So before you start oversharing, make sure you know that person really well and know what kind of person they are. Be careful giving your opinion on drama too. I was really naive in middle school, so like sometimes people would be like, what do you think about this? Like, so-and-so did this to me, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, it's so messed up. And then they'd go up to so-and-so and be like, Amber said this is so messed up, and da da da. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I was not trying to get involved. So just be like, I don't really want to get involved. I recommend trying to pack your lunch for the first couple weeks. That way you can secure your spot at the lunch table. For 6th grade, join cross country. It's like the only sport you can do in 6th grade. And then 7th and 8th grade, try like a little bit of everything to see just what you're good at. And when it comes to your period for school, I recommend keeping a whole box of tampons or pads in your locker. That way if you start, you can just go get them. And making yourself a period kit, of course. Bring extra deodorant. I don't know what it is about middle schoolers, but you guys smell. And I totally was there before, and I would smell too. So make sure you bring extra deodorant. Bring gum, and make sure you bring lip gloss, chapstick, and that kind of stuff. It's better to be overprepared than underprepared. I also recommend keeping a spare pair of like sweats or shorts in your locker. That way if it gets really hot throughout the day, you can change, or if you have a period accident.
Stop acting grown and enjoy your childhood. Come on now. These are a few things I would have wished to know before I went to middle school, because girl, when I went to middle school, I was so lost. If you think that high school was bad, middle school was probably one of the worst times of my life. I'm not gonna hold you, but it taught me a lot, so I'm gonna teach you a few things, and you can take it if you want. Not everybody's the same, not every school is the same. This doesn't apply to everybody, so please don't try to drag me in the comments, because I will drag you back. Anyways, I'm sorry, y'all. Stop getting in trouble because you think you're friends and you are funny. Like, that's not funny or cute. Maybe you gotta graduate, and you can't graduate unless you finish middle school, so come on now. High schoolers do not play. Like, I promise you, they don't play. Most of them will really deal with you. I'm telling you, prepare yourself, because if you acting like a whole little ass kid in high school, they will check you. At least in my school was kind of like that. So that bullying shit does not work. Don't play with me. Don't try to joke on somebody because of their clothes, shoes, whatever they're wearing, their car, whatever. I'm not saying their car, their parents' car, whatever. Don't joke on nobody's stuff because you don't know what the fuck they got going on. That shit is not funny nor cute. Okay? Okay. Bullying is not cute, and that goes for middle school, high school, college, and older people. Like, I promise you, as you get old, you start seeing that people really be picking on you, even if you're older. So don't be doing that shit, because you will really get dealt with. I'm telling you, you're gonna mess with the wrong one on the wrong day. I'm sorry, I keep saying I'm telling you, but I'm telling you, listen. Do your work and pay attention. Half of the stuff that you're learning in middle school, you're gonna see it in high school. Don't be skipping class. You're missing out a lot. Then when it comes to tests, you're over there complaining, oh, miss, but no. You should have stayed in class and you should have paid attention. If you don't understand something, ask. If your teacher acting like a little, then okay, I understand. But other than that, do your work. Watch out for bullies once again, and stand up for yourself and others. If you see somebody getting bullied, don't just sit there and watch and laugh. That shit is not funny. It could be you or your friends or your sister, your brother. It could be anybody. Don't just watch. Stand up, because we don't deal with that. Don't be joking on somebody's school supplies, backpack, if they bring food or not. Maybe that is not cute or funny. Some people
you know, they're going through stuff like I said earlier. Once again, you don't know what somebody's going through, so make sure you think before you speak, because you are not grown, and even if you was, you still gotta think before you speak. Educate yourself about hygiene. You guys are growing up, you have to learn about hygiene and how to deal with your body and everything. Remember, nobody thinks just like you. If you guys want more, let me know.
These are the things I wish I knew before going into middle school, because it was a super awkward time for me, but if I knew these things, I would have literally slayed. First, everyone's looking for friends, so don't be too shy to say hi. You never know who might become your BFF. Plus, middle school is your time to shine. Try that new sport, join the debate team, whatever makes you tick. That way, when you go to high school, you'll already know what you like. And the biggest secret is that drama doesn't last. That super embarrassing moment, newsflash, everyone forgets stuff like really fast. I live by the rule of 5. Will it matter in 5 weeks, 5 months? What about 5 years? It more than likely won't, so laugh it off, move on, because everyone will forget it in about a week. Besties.
These are the things that I wish I knew before I started middle school as a upcoming freshman. One thing that I wish I knew before I started middle school was that when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. I cannot stress this enough, because I'm the type of person, sometimes I catch myself doing this. I will make excuses for people as to why they do this or do that, and it's like, no honey, like if they do this or they do that they're not supposed to be doing, and you're still hanging out with them, they showed you who they were, that's on you for not just accepting. That's the type of person that they are. Don't just keep hanging out with that person when you know they don't mean any good. So that's definitely a big lesson I have learned from middle school. Be yourself. In middle school, it is so easy to just want to blend in with everybody else. You don't want to be, I guess, center of laughter to everybody else, or you just don't want to stand out too much. And that is understandable. It's okay to think that way. But let me tell you something. You are going to be miserable that way. Be yourself, because when you are your authentic self, you attract those people who are like you. When you are trying to put on a facade and act like somebody else or be something that you're not, you will attract people who may not be the people that you necessarily need to be surrounding yourself with. And lastly, don't expect everybody to like you. You can be the sweetest person and there's still going to be somebody that doesn't like you. Sometimes there's people who don't like you and you didn't do a single thing to them. You didn't even talk to them, and they don't even like you. I'm speaking from experience, okay? I was in class, right? Me and this one girl, only 2 girls of color in the classroom, right? And I barely talked to her, never really talked to her. I had to form a conversation with her one time, but she was kind of like standoffish. And then next thing you know, school is out, it's summer break, I'm going to high school, and someone sends me a picture of her talking about me to somebody else. I'm just like, what? It's getting obsessed because, like, I don't even know you. I'm telling you, don't take it to heart. Don't take it personal. Some people just want something to talk about. And instead of being mad or upset or being sad, just think of it as people just really be admiring you, okay? That's okay. So yeah, if you guys want some more videos like these, just let me know. But yeah.
So y'all want some more period tips? I got you, girl. Starting off with school. Always keep that period pack I told you about with your tampons, your Advil, all that stuff in your locker. Because when you get your period unexpectedly at school and you have like a red spot on your pants and you don't have anything to stop the flow, you gonna need that tampon, girls. That pack gonna come in handy. And along with the pack, always keep a spare change of clothes in your locker. If you have a spare change of clothes in your locker and you have blood on your pants, you could quickly go to the bathroom, change, no inconveniences, no one's gonna see it. But for some reason, if you don't have a pack, the nurse literally always has tampons and pads. So if you really need one and your friends don't have any, run to the nurse. At least at my school they did. I don't know if y'all schools do, but they should. One sign that you are starting your period is that you're getting a lot of discharge. I know y'all, I know. But if you've been seeing a lot of discharge down there and it's like more than normal and you haven't gotten your period yet, expect to get it soon. Because that's what happened for me when I was first starting to get mine. Also, y'all, you should be wearing your tampon for maximum 4 to 8 hours. But I say if your flow is heavy, change it way more frequently than that. Like if you have a heavy flow, you're going to want to change it every 2 to 3. When I mean like a heavy flow. Because if you're not changing it frequently enough, it's just going to make a mess and it's going to leak everywhere. And you're going to have a period accident. And we don't want that, girl. We don't want that. Okay, girl. Leaving a tampon in for more than 8 hours could lead you to get toxic shock syndrome. I just wanted to mention that because if you didn't know, you didn't know. But we don't want that over here. So make sure you're changing your tampons regularly and not forgetting to leave them in. Because when you first start your period, you might literally just forget about it. Because it's like, if you have a light flow, you know, your tampon's in, just don't forget about it. You could get toxic shock syndrome, and it's also just disgusting to leave a tampon in there. Just don't do it. If y'all have any more questions that y'all want answered, let me know, y'all. I hope this helped y'all. Love y'all.
Advice I would give to my little sister about middle school if I had one, part 4. Number 1, as a girl, you should always have perfume and deodorant stashed in your book bag while you're at school. I feel like some parents don't stress the importance of a young girl or a young boy smelling good. And middle school is a perfect age for you to start wanting to smell good while you go out. Trust me, it's better to smell good than be walking around school smelling musty. Number 2, you do not need to wear makeup to be considered pretty. I know this generation of kids is growing up way faster than previous generations, but it's like, you don't need to be in a rush to grow up. For some people, the more and more you start to wear makeup, the more and more you're not going to feel comfortable without wearing makeup. Number 3, as a girl, please do not be scared to open that pad up in the bathroom. You will definitely not be the only girl in that school with your period, so don't be scared to open that pad up, girl. I was definitely one of the girls who was scared to open her pad up, but when I got to high school, I realized that that was dumb, and it was no point of me trying to be secretive about something that happens naturally for us females. Number 4, find at least one staff member or teacher that you like and try to get on their good side. Getting on a staff member's good side can help you out if you ever get in trouble. I'm not saying go get in trouble on purpose, but what I am saying, have a staff member that can help you get out of trouble if you need it. Life for part 5.